Alright, grade 5. Our objective for today is to find the volume of a rectangular prism by using multiplication. So far we've been finding the volume of rectangular prism by adding the different layers. So let's take a look at this three-dimensional shape. If I were to find its dimensions, I can see that the length is 3 centimeters. Each edge is 1 centimeter. The width will be 2 centimeters. And the height will be 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. One way to identify the volume of this prism is by finding the area of the bottom layer. So if I do length times width, will be 3 times 2, which is 6 square centimeters. Now, how many times is this repeated? So I see it 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, which also 4 centimeters is my height. Therefore, this layer of 3 by 2 is repeated 4 times, and 6 times 4 will give me 24 cubic centimeters. As again, I have 4 layers of 6. Let's discover other ways that we can look at this shape. Alright, another way that I can look at this is by finding the surface area of this surface here. What are the dimensions here? If I can look at it closely, this is 2 centimeters and this is 4 centimeters. So this layer is 2 times 4, which gives me 8, and it's repeated 3 times, as you can see. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So let's see if the volume remains the same. 2 times 4 will be 8, and this 8 is repeated 3 times. So again, it will be 24 cubic centimeters. Brilliant. Let's see another way that I can look at this rectangular prism and find its volume. Another way that I can look at it is as if I have 2 of these layers here. If I look closely, again, here the length is 3, the height is 4, so it's a 3 by 4 surface, and then it's repeated 2 times. As you can see better in my second shape, I have it once, and then I also have it twice. Here it is in the back. So it will be 3 times 4 and repeated twice. 3 times 4 is 12 times 2. Again, the volume of this rectangular prism is 24 cubic centimeters. Therefore, I can conclude that instead of adding layers, adding layers, another way that I can identify the volume of a rectangular prism is by multiplying the 3 dimensions, which are length, width, and height. So if I do length times width times height, I will be able to identify the volume of this shape, which is 3 times 2 times 4, which gives me 24 cubic centimeter. Alright, what I'm given here is just the area of this surface, which it says is 4 square centimeters. Would this be enough for me to identify the volume of this rectangular prism? Of course it is, because this area, this layer here, is repeated 4 times. How do I know that? By my height. So I know that the area has been identified, and it's 4 square centimeters, and it's repeated 4 times. Therefore, the volume of this rectangular prism will be 16 cubic centimeters. To summarize, if I needed to find the volume of a rectangular prism, I will multiply length by width by height, and I will be able to calculate the amount of space that this rectangular prism is occupying. So this will be the formula to calculate volume of rectangular prisms.